Kia ora everyone, here's another short King's War battle report with my Trident realms against goblins. Okay, so we actually have 3 goblin players here on Christchurch, all quite different the way they approach goblins. 3 current goblin players that is, I think there's another one building a goblin army. But anyway, as you can see here, this is more a troll army, really. So there's 4 hordes of trolls, a regiment of trolls, some of the goblin-like cavalry there. Those are the archer ones. A giant, a king, and a flagot on a mount, and 2 troll heroes. And here's my Trident Realm list, which is very similar to that I've used in some more recent reports, except that I have swapped out the Naiad Centurion for one, which is a Worm Rider. Okay. So here's the setup. The scenario is raise, so there's 7 objectives. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in this scenario, the middle one stays until the end of the game. So whoever's got the most unit strength within 3 inches of it at the end of the game claims that. And otherwise, you can claim objectives in the enemy half of the table. So I can grab that one, that one, that one, and the goblins can claim that one, and that one. If you control it by having a unit or having more unit strength than the enemy within 3 inches of it at the end of your turn. So, just a few quick words about the kind of what we're aiming for here, I guess, and how these armies match up in terms of tactics and the kind of puzzle there is. So both armies have a lot of regeneration. All these troll units, including the heroes for the goblins, and lots of regeneration in my army too. The water elementals and the naiads all regenerate. So if you don't kind of finish something off, it's going to be back to full strength in a short amount of time. So that's the first thing. The other thing is probably the goblin troll units and the giant. They hit much harder than anything I have in my army. So while mine might be slightly more resilient in the regeneration over time, but so that's another challenge to it. So I can't just kind of match them face on. I'm going to try to do something a little bit kind of sneaky. And so what I'm thinking is, looking at the deployment, you can see over here there's quite a lot on this flank, so I'm just going to try and avoid that completely, and just hope I can kind of smash the middle and delay it somehow long enough to do some clever stuff. I don't know what exactly, but that's the plan. So here's the first turn, and as you can see, I've moved up kind of cautiously. The knuckers decided to just zoom over here. As you can see, I'm just refusing that flank. I cast Surge on these water elementals, and so they went running forward 6, which is a bit more than I hoped. And so these trolls actually had a charge on them, and they came in and did a bit of damage. And meanwhile, the rest of the goblin army advanced, but they actually kind of worked to my advantage. So if we look to the, not that I thought about that much, if we look at it next turn, what happened is I was able to get a flank charge into the trolls using Surge with these water elementals, and they both took out those trolls. And then the center here, both the Greater Water Elemental and the Worm Rider Centurion went smashing straight into the Troll Regiment, hoping to kill it, and they didn't. And a bit of a grind starts there. So here's all the stuff coming around my left flank. We've got the giant, we've got trolls, there's the flagot there on his mount, and more of the goblin-like cavalry in the background. And on the other flank, there's my Naka just hiding behind their building, ready to jump on anything that goes past. And here's some of the trolls and goblins coming forward. And in the center, so here we can see yet another troll unit. There's the troll regiment, which is surviving against this double charge. Troll bruiser. So here we are, turn 3 or so. There's a bit of a shooting match happening here between my heart piercers and the sniffs. So these actually took out a unit of the sniffs there. See my otters trying to slow down the trolls a bit. Not very successfully. I do get a flank charge into a bruiser here with a water elemental unit, and it actually kills the troll bruiser hero after 2 turns. And this is just with so much regeneration on these units here, both the trolls and the water elementals in the Centurion. It's a really slow, grindy fight. Other water elementals have headed over this way to try and slow down the oncoming flanking force. Okay, so here we have my ensnarers who have been in the rough ground to make it even more difficult for these oncoming trolls to finish them off. So these trolls, they're using 4s, but they're 5s against the front of ensnarers, 6s because they're attacking them in the difficult going in the first round. And in the background there you can see my otters being attacked and will be finished off by the Goblin King. So in the center, the sniffs get a flank charge with 2 units and kill my heart piercer unit, which is kind of my fault really. It was a bit of a stupid move really. This battle continues. Just another view of the same sort of thing. You can see my water elementals just off to the side there, about to be sploshed away by the giant and trolls. So turn 4, and I've kind of won the center, and these have turned around ready to come back towards the central objective. The Nucky has charged into these sniffs to try and take them out. Not doing too well at it though. Over here, these have just fallen back, and they've done that just so the trolls have to come through this difficult ground further. The trees should be there, of course, just to make it delay these trolls as long as possible. That's the plan. So this, I think, is turn 5. Now my ensnarers actually managed to. They decided to stand and fight. Now there's only one troll horde, and they actually managed to kill it off. The trolls here were charged in the flank by my Centurion, and they eventually won against the Centurion. Meanwhile, though, I'm a bit concerned about how I'm going to withstand all this, and so I've got water elementals there just kind of hoping to hold them back. These are holding the objective just. But the game goes to turn 6 and then turn 7, and had it ended turn 6, I would win, but it goes to turn 7. And so what happens is I eventually finish off that troll bruiser, but that kind of occupies those 2 units, and it comes down to can this water elemental unit fight off or hold against a troll unit and a unit of sniffs on the side. And the answer to that is no, they cannot. So it ends. And as it turns out, the goblins have got 4 objectives, and I've got 3 objectives. So it's a victory to the goblins. But it did come down to the last few dice rolls, which is always a good game. Alright, thank you very much.